What is the best app to invest in stocks? Well, my opinion, it's iFlip. So iFlip is an AI-driven software. We're going to talk about how do you use automation and AI and why a software is better sometimes than the raw open market. The app doesn't keep you guessing as your own stock trading does. How it uses the AI and smart folios to direct what you want and what your returns are from a low risk to a high risk to however you want to invest in the diversity of that. And the last thing we're going to talk about, so instead of having an emotional investing strategy, I want you to have a set and observe, like watch your AIs, watch your folios and watch them move and move them around in the folios to get the result that you want. So let's begin. So I want to give you a few reasons why most apps fail. And why most apps fail is they're designed for trading, right? Thinkorswim is an actual trading platform. Robinhood, again, allows you some interesting apps where you can actually trade. The problem with Robinhood, iFlip has beat it in every NASDAQ award and exchange because we actually pull you out of the market. You don't lose in an AI-driven market where you can lose in Robinhood just like you lose in any other platform. It doesn't protect against any downside risk. There's no option to do that. And they encourage you a lot of buying and selling so they get all your trade income. How did iFlip come to be? Well, before iFlip came to be, the lead CEO and partner and I were doing a lot of what was called cool trading or automatic trading, where we actually can program and then it does auto trades. The problem is it was very breakable and it was easy that the links broke or that the shorts didn't actually execute. So you still are in the stock and the market's falling. So it just wasn't working. So Randy and I looked around for a while and we found this amazing genius brain who knew how to take AI driven software. So basically he's managed over $600 billion for the Deutsche Bank. So we came to him and said, so how do you take the platforms of software that the big firms and the big financial institutes get and make that for the little guy? Just make it for the guy who's only got 50,000, 100,000, even 20,000 to invest. And how do they get the certainty and the security of going into the market? So the way that this AI-driven platform works at iFlip is smart folios. So there's folios that are designed, one for gas and oil, one for tech, one's blended, all sorts of different folios that you put your money in. So it's a software, you pay a flat fee, and then you pick which folios you want to diversify your cash into. They have a lot of support. They'll help you. They can't tell you what to do because it's a software and it's an app. It's not a financial advisor. Coming soon, iFlip will have financial advisors who can give you that direction. But right now, it's an AI-driven software. It lowers your risk and it pulls you out of the market. So I'm going to give you some real examples. In 2020, when the market dropped 30%, I only lost 2.87 because the way the smart folios were designed is to pull me out into cash. So for a lot of you traders, it looked weird because you're in cash sometimes more like in longer durations than you think, but you're selling out before the stock drops and then you buy back in once it's dropped and you go back up. So you don't have these huge gaps at which most financial planners will say, oh, you're in for the long haul. It's okay that you lost. So then again, in 2022, we lost another 25 plus points in the market. I didn't lose any because I got pulled out into cash. So right now I'm heavily invested. The market's doing great, not in a lot of cash positions, and I have multiple iFlip accounts. So I have one personally, I have one for my Roth, one for my company. I have a variety of them, so do my children. So iFlip is a great way to get started. You can still do a lot of learning and training if you are interested in making sure that your kids learn how to do stock trading, which is a great way to begin. You could start for as little as like $50 into the app. So check it out. We have a free link for you to check out a webinar, see what it's like, see if it's going to fit for you. So those, even a lot of other apps and softwares, you may want to really check this out because you have a high chance of losing. You can't go away on a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks if you are actively day trading and watching the market. So with iFlip, you can set it, not necessarily forget it. I don't like the set and forget, but you want to set and then observe and watch it. And for those of you who have like 6, 7 figures, you can actually follow some of the leaders in the entire iFlip platform to watch what they're doing. So before I go to the final do's and don'ts, I want you to subscribe to this channel, click that notification button. I want you here 5 days a week. Make sure that you're learning. Again, get your 5-year-old all the way to 95 to 100. Our platform, our learning here at the YouTube channel is for families and for family learning. So it's a great way to just get all those kids involved. Like they probably have an Apple device. So are they invested in Apple stock? They probably go to Target a lot. Are they invested in Target stock? So there's a way to have kids be in the market and start learning what the market is and how supply and demand works. So do invest with the software automation. It takes the emotional element out. Even those of you that are day traders and you day trade on some of these other platforms, you still have an emotional component to this. This is 100% statistically analyzed to take you in and out of the market, given what the market's doing, and it watches the market for you. The other reason, and other do, you want to combine the learning of alternative investments, which you can get in my Wealth Cycle book, and I'm going to give you the first 3 chapters below in the show notes. So read about alternative investments. They're better for taxes, but you want to have a blended, diverse portfolio. So you need to do some homework on your money rules. What you do not want to do is live in an emotional roller coaster with no plan, have no plan, and do the buy and hope, or the buy and lose. I don't know how many of you try to day trade and then you get distracted, you're not paying attention to the market, and all of a sudden you lose a lot. So let AI do it. It actually automates it intentionally, so you win, and you win big. If you have any questions about any of this or how to do it, how to sequence, how to learn what we do, way broader than iFlip. iFlip is one of the tools that we highly, highly encourage people to use. And yes, I'm an investor in it. I love it. I love being in it, and I love owning the stock that actually supports it. So if you want to be a 3 to 5 year millionaire, you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.